welcome back to my channel. Today I am here with a new video, and today I am sharing all of my favorite foundations of the year. This year I tried at least, I would say, over 70 foundations. It's either 70 or 75. So I tried out a lot of foundations this year. So the ones that I'm sharing today in this video are ones that were my absolute favorite, ones that I wore the most the entire year. Now, a lot of these foundations are not new releases. Some are, but for the most part, a lot of them aren't. So I'm just letting you guys know. So this is not my favorite new release foundations of the year. It's not nothing like that. These are just the ones that I really liked all year long, the ones that I wore the most. Anyway, let's just get right into today's video. I had a hard time trying to narrow this list down just to 10 foundations, and I couldn't do it. So I do have 3 foundations that I feel like are honorable mentions. One comes from NARS. Y'all know I am not a NARS girl. And this is the NARS Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer. This was one of my favorite skin tints of the year. This looks very skin-like. It's lightweight. This is a pretty good shade match for me. I think it's worth picking up. Next foundation comes from Burberry, and this is the Burberry Ultimate Glow Foundation. Another skin-like foundation. Is lightweight, really feels like you have nothing on, and it wears nicely. Only downside to this particular line of foundations, they don't have a lot of shades. Y'all know by now the Burberry Matte Glow Foundation is like one of my holy grails. But this one was like a nice alternative. Just in case, if you felt like the matte glow was a little too matte for you, definitely pick this one up. You will not be disappointed. And next, this is the Sisley Paris Phyto Nude Foundation. Another skin-like lightweight foundation. I tried this out, I believe, September, October. This is a really nice one, so I wanted to mention these 3. Again, these are nice foundations, but they were not my most used foundations of the year. But they still are worth picking up. Let's start with number 11, and this comes from Chanel. This is the Chanel Le Boy foundation. This foundation is also marketed towards men, but you know, men, women, anybody could wear this, even though it is geared more towards men. I really like this. Like, I was highly impressed the first time I tried it. One of my foundations that I wore throughout the summer. Really like, I have the shade 120 Deep Plus, and I feel like this is a perfect shade match for me. Now, I feel like this foundation is perfect if you want something with a skin-like finish that really looks like skin. It doesn't have a lot of coverage, because this is almost kind of like a skin tint. I feel like skin tint, or this could possibly give you medium coverage. You definitely could build this up. If you tried out the Ultra Matte foundation and you didn't like that, or if you tried out the Chanel Hydrating foundation, I can't think of the exact name, I feel like this is a perfect foundation that's in between those. So if you're not a fan of neither one of those, definitely try this out. I believe this retails for $60 or $65. Only downside, they don't have a lot of shades. I think there might be a deeper shade than Deep Plus. I'm not sure, but I know it's not like an extensive shade range with this foundation. I tried this out for Foundation Friday earlier in the year, and I wore it a couple times. I didn't really wear it a lot, but during like the last couple months of the year, I started wearing it a lot more, and I actually really like it. And this comes from Clea. This is the Radiant Matte Foundation. I know they just came out with I think a natural finish or luminous, I'm not sure, but I really like this foundation. It's not too matte. This is a little pricey. I think I paid over $120 for it. I have the shade B80. I feel like this is not like a spot on shade match, but I can make it work. It's doable. That's why I still have it and wear it. But once I finish this and I go try out the other foundation, I'm probably gonna go in store and swatch it and find a better shade. Definitely worth picking up, and it's a little pricey, and I don't really think this goes on sale much. This is more medium to full coverage. I feel this is definitely buildable. Really like it, highly recommend. This is one of the good matte foundations, because sometimes matte foundations could be a little too matte, and I do have some that I do like that are a little too drying, but I still like them. This is not like that at all. Next foundation comes from Huda Beauty, and this is the Luminous Matte Foundation. When this first was released, I was a little confused by luminous matte. I just feel like that was just a buzzword, because nothing about this foundation is luminous. This is straight up matte. It's full coverage. This was made for the oily girls. This is perfect for summertime. I do have 2 shades. When I first tried this out in my review I did earlier this year, I used the shade 450G. 450G is way too golden for my liking. I can make it work, but it's just when I apply it, and if you remember that video that I did, it did kind of look too light at first just because it's the undertone of it is really golden. So I did go pick up the shade 455, which is Peanut Butter Cup. This is a spot on match for me, which I was shocked because I believe the undertone to this is more red, but this is spot on. Like, if you use me for a shade match, really try 450G. I can also wear the shade 500. That's a little too olive. Basically 450, 455, and 500. I could wear all three shades, but I feel like 455 looks the best on me. Foundation, I feel like can be a little too drying. If you have normal to dry skin, I would definitely go in with a hydrating primer with this. If you have oily skin, definitely pick this up. It's so worth it. Foundation is another lightweight skin-like foundation. Now, the only downside to this, I don't think they have a lot of shades. I can't really remember, but this is the Dior Natural Nude Foundation. I have the shade 5N in this foundation. When I put this foundation on, it looks just like my skin. Like, it really does. That's how skin-like this is. This year, I feel like a lot of skin-like or your skin but better foundations were released. And I feel like this is one of the good ones. This doesn't have a lot of coverage to it, but I still like it. It's worth picking up. And the next foundation I want to mention also comes from Dior. This is the Capture Youth Foundation. This one is a little pricier. I believe this was about $80 to $100. I can't really remember. But I feel like these two have the same exact finish. Is that your skin but better kind of look. It's just this one has a little more coverage. This one has a lot of added skincare benefits. See this improving someone's skin over time. And also, every time I wear this, you can actually see that this really does visibly plump the skin. So if you're somebody with mature skin and you wanted to put a good foundation on that's going to better your skin, I'm mentioning these two together not only because they're both from Dior, but these have the same exact finish. It's just this one is more light, almost skin tint kinda, and this one has a little more coverage, but you get all the added skincare. I believe this one is about $40, 44 or 45, and this one is more closer to $80, $100. So if you wanted to try both of these out and you're not sure which one to get, hopefully I kind of helped with your decision. Either way, you can't go wrong. They're both really good foundations, and I'm in the shade 5N and all of Dior foundation. This foundation comes from Shiseido. This was one of my favorite foundations earlier in the year. This was like a go-to for me. This is lightweight. What I love about this foundation, because this is one, even though it's radiant, you can wear this all year round. If you have oily skin, don't be alarmed by radiant. But this is one of those foundations that looks better and better as it sits on your skin throughout the day. You know how like some foundations by the end of the day it just look horrible and you're like, I can't wait to get this shit off my face. This is not like that at all. This looks better and better. It looks more skin-like. I don't know what's in this as far as ingredients, but I know this looks so beautiful on the skin and it looks better and better. Like this really, I don't know. I don't want to say it syncs with your skin, but it does something where it just looks better and better. Like any pores, fine lines. Like this is a really beautiful foundation on the skin. Highly recommend. Foundation is actually a foundation and a concealer, and it comes from Marc Jacobs. This is the Extra Shot concealer foundation. I have two shades. I have the shade 410 and I have the shade 39010. 39010 will work perfect for me right now, but 410 would be spot on for me during the summer when I have a tan. I really love this foundation because it is matte and it is full coverage. I know a lot of people don't like coverages there. They have a ton of shades. Also, this is on sale on Sephora's website for $20. This has been on sale for a long time, so it kind of got me worried. I don't know if this is about to be discontinued or not, which would be kind of strange because this was released, I believe like early January. I'm not sure. Why is this on sale? I know some people don't like this, but I like this foundation. If you don't like one of those thick, heavy, full coverage foundations, you're not gonna like this. But if you're someone who, like myself, who don't mind the thickness of a full coverage foundation, then I think you will really like this. They have a nice shade range as a foundation or as a concealer. So next is a skin tint from YSL. This is the Touché Eclat All-in-One Glow Skin Tint. I have the shade, I believe this is B80. It's either B70 or B80. I love this skin tint. This was my favorite skin tint of the year. This is not a new release product. It's been out for years and years. I just got my hands on it earlier this year and I fell in love with it. They say this is a skin tint, but I feel like this is more a medium coverage foundation. You could definitely build this up. This looks so skin-like. Also, this gives you a nice natural glow. It's not too dewy. I highly recommend. I pray they don't discontinue this, because if they do, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And also, this comes with a pump. Really love this skin. Okay, so next is a foundation stick, and it comes from Tom Ford. This is the Traceless foundation stick. I picked this up early summer. I would say late spring, early summer. I got this from the cosmetics company store for a really nice discounted price. Even though you can get this at Sephora, but you're gonna pay the full price. If you live close to a CCO, I would say go there and pick it up. But if not, this is definitely worth the $88 or $80 that it is. This is like a nice natural finish. It looks beautiful on the skin. You can build the coverage up or you can shear it down. I really love this. One of my go-to stick foundations. I have a few stick foundations that I like, but this would be my absolute favorite. If you use me as a shade reference, I can use the shade 10 Chestnut, and I can also use 10.5 Mocha. I really feel like 10.5 Mocha is a better match, but this one works well too. I'm just letting you know, if you're using me as a shade reference and you didn't know which one to get, we can wear two shades in Tom Ford complexion products. But highly recommend if you're looking for a really good stick foundation that's not going to dry you out, that's going to give you a nice amount of coverage. So you get a nice amount of product in this, because some stick foundations, you twist them up and you really see you ain't got that much product at all. So highly recommend. That's two favorite foundations of the year. I have reviews of both of these products on my channel, and I would say one I really wasn't sure about, and one I liked, but I wasn't in love with it at the time. But today I had a hard time, honestly, trying to narrow it down from which one should be number one and which one should be number two. But the one for number two, after I thought about it, I feel like, okay, this deserves the number two spot. Number two foundation comes from Koh Gen. This is the Aqua foundation. I did a full day wear test of this foundation. I did it, I believe, like the ending of summer. When I came back, I think I was shiny. I can't remember, but I know I wasn't too crazy about it. I just was like, okay, this is nice. I'll try it out again, maybe. A few weeks, I haven't put this foundation down. This is the one I'm wearing all the time. I'm wearing it to work. I'm wearing it to run errands. I just really like how this looks on my skin. It has a beautiful finish. It is skin-like. It has just enough coverage to cover up my dark marks. Now, I don't feel like this is full coverage. This is more medium. But I love that they had a ton of shades where everybody could try this out, because I think I'm the second to the last deepest shade, and I have shade 302. This is really nice. Like, I'm in love with this foundation. Also, I tried this out in the summer. It did not work for me in the summer, so this is definitely more of a fall winter foundation. But during the summer, this would absolutely not work for anybody. I feel if you have oily skin, you would definitely get super shiny. Fall, winter is perfect. This is a go. Wish everybody could try it out. Favorite foundation of the entire year. This is not a new release foundation. It's been out for at least 3 or 4 years now. I first tried it out earlier this year, and I didn't wear it that much. I liked it, but I just didn't wear it. Started wearing it around September-ish, and I haven't put it down. This and the Koh Gen foundation really are the two foundations I wear the most. If I'm not wearing one, I'm definitely wearing the other. Number one, I'm actually wearing it right now, and this is the Luminous Silk foundation by Giorgio Armani. I always heard good things about this for years and years. Never wanted to try it out because of the word luminous. Luminous on me turns to super shiny, so I always felt like this would not work for me. And I did hear a couple people say that they didn't have the shade range wasn't that great, or the undertones or something wasn't all that great. So that was another reason why I didn't try it out. I love the finish of this. I feel like it looks skin-like on me. I have the shade 11. At first I didn't think 11 was a good shade for me, but I think it's a perfect shade match. Really love how easy this is to blend out. This looks so pretty on the skin. This is just hands down a beautiful foundation. This is perfect for all skin types. This does not cling to any dry patches that might be on your face. This does not settle into any pores, any fine lines. This just looks so nice all day long. Out of all the foundations I tried out this year, and you all know I tried out a lot of stuff this year, this is #1 hands down, my favorite. Highly recommend. I'm sure some of y'all already got this, but if you don't, definitely pick it up. You will not be disappointed. And also, this comes in a mini size, so if you don't want to go out and spend the $60 or $65, you can try out the mini size for about $30 or $40. Highly recommend. That is it for my favorite foundations of the year. Y'all know I tried out a lot of foundations this year, so the ones that were my absolute favorite worth picking up. Y'all let me know in the comment section what was your favorite foundation of the year. But anyway, y'all, that is it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.